Tesla has cut prices in Europe, Australia, America, and China in response to slowing demand. Now, some critics are saying that the reason for this is because Tesla has been too slow to update its models, and they may have a point. That said, the Model Y Juniper, it could be only months away. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans, you're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Tesla has cut prices in its major markets, including in the US, Europe, and China, amid slumping sales and a glut of inventory. Now, Elon Musk is being targeted online. People are saying that his pricing strategy is like a monkey throwing crap at a keyboard. It's worse than that, apparently. It's absolutely terrible, and Musk has no strategy. He's basically lost the plot. And that's from that particular comment came from an Elon Musk fan site. Well, used to be anyway. Musk has responded to that. But first, Tesla has reduced the starting price of the revamped Model 3 in China by around $2,000. It now costs $32,000. The Model Y now has had its price slashed as well. It now costs $34,000. In Germany, Tesla has trimmed or reduced the Model 3 price to 41,000 euros. That's the cheapest it's ever been. That's the Highland version. The price has been at around $43,000 since February, but Tesla's brought that price down even lower to 41,000 euros. This comes right after journalists, basically every journalist that has reviewed the Model 3 Highland says it's the best vehicle available in that price bracket that you can possibly buy. And we're talking comparisons against even the BYD Seal. Pricing, you've got a bit, guys, if you're in Australia, pricing of the BYD Seal is different in Europe to Australia. It's not as much of a bargain as what it is in Australia, in Europe. However, there was also price cuts in many other countries in Europe, says Tesla. This comes from Tesla themselves, their PR department, which they now have. And they've also discounted Model 3 and Model Y in the Middle East and Africa. I honestly didn't even know that Tesla was selling many cars in Africa, but yeah. In the US, Tesla cut the price of the Model Y, the Model X, and the Model S by $2,000 on Friday last week. It has cut the price of the Model X and the Model S in China by 20%. But to be honest, the prices were about 40% higher in China than what they are in America. So it's quite expensive. It's still quite expensive to buy a Model S and a Model X in China in comparison to America. These price cuts come after Tesla reported this month that its first quarter deliveries fell by 8.5% to 386,810. As Tesla has faced a little bit of, it's facing a complete price war in China. I mean, it is cutthroat in China. Today, more news today. Li Auto has just reduced prices by $4,000. Yesterday, there was another automaker that did it. There's just, everyone's discounting prices constantly in China, and it's a race to the bottom. I think Tesla are getting a bit sick of this race to the bottom, and maybe that's why they're more interested in focusing on autonomy than, speeding up development of new vehicles, possibly. The price cuts come after Tesla reported that likely margins will also be down. Tesla has been slow to refresh its aging models, says journalists. There is some truth to that, as high interest rates have sapped consumer appetite for expensive vehicles. Now, Tesla's vehicles are not really that expensive. In fact, really, a Tesla Model Y, the price, in China, $34,000, in America, $35,000 after incentives. Even in Europe, they're still very affordable in comparison to similarly specified cars from other manufacturers, even internal combustion. Now, in addition to that, Tesla on Saturday reduced the price of full self-driving by a third, from $12,000 to $8,000 US. Plus, Tesla reduced the subscription fee from $199 a month to only $99 a month. This could pay off. Maybe more people will actually subscribe to it. And Tesla is starting to rely on subscriptions more as a business model. Tesla now relies on subscriptions for its supercharger network, and that's where it's actually making quite a bit of money. Subscriptions in the United States from non-Tesla EV owners, same thing in Europe, same thing in Australia. It's really rolling out that subscription model. And a lot of other automakers believe that that is the future of the automotive industry. General Motors is saying they're going to increase their revenue by nearly $100 billion simply by having people subscribe to stuff. GM doesn't say what it is. Elon Musk is betting full self-driving will become a major source of revenue in the near future. But the truth is, I mean, he has for years aimed for this, and it just hasn't quite paid off yet. By the end of this year, Tesla will have invested around $10 billion in full self-driving. And Tesla do have to face regulatory scrutiny. It'll be a real challenge, even if full self-driving, right? Even if it's working incredibly well, much better than a regular driver, which I think it will be by the end of, probably by the end of this year, it's still going to be a big hurdle to get over. Regulations, I mean, here in Australia, it'd be incredibly difficult to convince the government to make it legal, even if it's definitely much safer than a human being. That's going to be the big issue for Tesla over the coming years. Reuters reported on the 5th of April that Tesla has scrapped plans to produce an inexpensive $25,000 electric car. Elon Musk responded to that. He said that that was fake news from Reuters. He said they were lying again. Do Tesla still plan on making it? I believe they do. I believe they're still going to build their factory in Mexico. They're just not making it a direct priority today. And there could be good reason for that. I think Tesla are waiting to be able to manufacture lithium iron phosphate batteries in America using CATL's very cheap battery technology. That's probably another year away. I think Tesla are waiting for that. There's not a lot of point in making Model 2s if you don't have the cheap batteries to actually go into them. Now, Musk posted that Reuters is lying after the report, saying it was inaccurate. So no one really knows what's going to happen. We don't really know until the 8th of August this year, when Tesla will actually show us all what they're going to have there, or reveal day, I think it's called. Musk said last Monday that the automaker will lay off around 10%, just over 10% of its workforce worldwide. The majority of those layoffs are actually coming, I believe, in the United States. On Wednesday, Tesla said its proxy statement that it will ask shareholders to vote again on a $56 billion compensation package for Musk that was voided by a Delaware court in January. Now, basically, Musk was awarded that as part of Tesla hitting certain goals, and then not much was said about it, to be honest. But then a Tesla shareholder sued Tesla and won, and the Delaware judge then reversed that pay decision for Musk. So basically, this is to try to get that payment reinstated. On Friday, Tesla recalled around 3,900 pickup trucks to repair an accelerated pedal issue where the pedal can dislodge and cause the vehicle to unintentionally accelerate. Now, that's a pretty minor thing. It's only 3,900 vehicles, but anyway, it's still a bit more bad publicity. Musk postponed a planned trip to India, where he was expected to meet with Prime Minister Narendra Modi to discuss a gigafactory that Tesla are likely to be building in India. Tesla will report its first quarter earnings tomorrow. The stock is down around 40%, in fact, more than 40% so far this year. Will we see a rebound in Tesla's stock price by the end of the year? Well, it depends, I think. It depends on a few things coming into play. What happens with full self-driving? What happens with the Tesla bot? What happens with Tesla sales for the rest of the year? The Tesla Model Y Juniper, will it be as good as we think it is? Will it have CATL's new Shenzhen battery? If it does, I think demand is going to be insane, and Tesla won't be able to even come close to meeting demand. But those are lots of ifs. Who knows? What are your thoughts? Thanks for watching.